Hello everyone, it's Dr. John Phelps, and today I'm here to talk to you about fatigue. What is fatigue? Fatigue is basically feeling like you have low energy, like you don't have enough energy, you feel sluggish all the time, you feel tired all the time. Even if you get enough sleep, you still feel fatigued. Now you may go to your doctor, he'll take a blood exam, and then he'll say, oh, you have anemia, you have low iron. So take iron and you should feel better. So you start taking iron, but you don't feel better. Hopefully you do, but you may not feel better. Other things that have to be looked at are your folic acid levels, your B12 levels, because those also contribute to anemia. And hopefully if you take care of those things and you restore them to the normal levels, then you won't have any type of anemia and then you'll feel better. But you can have all those levels normal, but you still don't feel better. So what else could be causing your fatigue? Another reason why you may be feeling fatigued is that you have low cortisol levels, also known as hypocortisolemia. And cortisol is a hormone that's secreted by the adrenal glands and has very powerful anti-inflammatory effects. It also helps to give you energy. So we have to ask the question, how are we able to tell if your fatigue is coming from anemia or if it's coming from your adrenal glands? So if it's coming from your adrenal glands, then you will have fatigue plus other symptoms that come along with it. So with this type of fatigue, you still feel tired even though you're getting enough sleep. You feel like you just don't have energy unless you take some type of caffeine, whether it's coffee or some type of caffeinated tea, or you feel like you have to take in sugar to have energy, or a combination of the two. Another symptom that you may have is that when you go from lying down to standing up, that you start feeling faint or lightheaded, and that's because the adrenal glands secrete aldosterone, and along with cortisol, they have an effect on the kidneys to raise your blood pressure when you go from lying down to standing up. See, when you're lying down, your blood isn't really flowing against gravity. So when you go from lying down to standing up, all of a sudden it is, and now your body has to raise the blood pressure to keep the blood flowing to your brain so you don't get faint or lightheaded. You may also feel like your sex drive is low, and that's because the adrenal glands make DHEA, and the body uses DHEA to make its sex hormones, including testosterone, and testosterone is responsible for your libido. You may also feel like your thought process or mentation has slowed. Thoughts just don't come as easily and your memory comes slower, and again, that's because testosterone has a protective effect on the brain, and it helps actually to guard you against dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Another symptom is that all of a sudden, for no reason, you start getting joint pains and muscle pains, and you just can't explain where it's coming from. You may start getting allergy symptoms, either new allergies or the allergies that you've had are now much worse. All of a sudden, you're getting eczema really bad, hives all over your body, or your seasonal allergies are really bad. Now, this is also because of cortisol. Cortisol is your body's most powerful anti-inflammatory. Now, in your body, you always have inflammatory processes going on and anti-inflammatory processes. So how do we fix this? In order to fix this, we have to know what causes it. So the main cause of a low functioning adrenal gland is stress. That's the number one cause, is stress, chronic stress. The adrenal glands release hormones in response to stress. It doesn't matter if it's physical stress, emotional stress, or chemical stress. The adrenal glands help the body deal with it. So let's talk about physical stress, in particular exercise. And when we talk about exercise, we're talking about overtraining, which means working out too often, too intensely, and for too long of a duration. If you keep this type of training up for too long of a period of time, you're going to start developing symptoms. If you're a runner, all of a sudden an easy pace for you becomes very difficult. Or if you're someone who lifts weights, your warm-up sets are all of a sudden a struggle, and it's very difficult for you to get through your workouts. You may start developing other symptoms like poor sleep and fatigue. So when it comes to the physical stress, what you can do is reduce your frequency, intensity, or duration of your workouts, or a combination of the three, to find that equilibrium where you make gains and you don't overdo it and overstress your body and your adrenal glands. So there's also the nutritional stress or the chemical stress, and we're really referring to caffeine and sugar. Caffeine overdrives the adrenal glands, sugar overdrives the adrenal glands. If you cut out caffeine and reduce your sugar intake, that have a profound effect on your adrenal glands and also your energy levels. And then there's the emotional stress. Now, emotional stress is not something you could turn off and on, like, cut out caffeine or decrease your workout intensity. It's something that's stressing you out, it's stressing you out. And if it's stressing you out all day or most of the day, every day, then it's really not good for your adrenal glands or your body, period. It doesn't matter if it's unforgiveness, hate, anger, anxiety, phobias, any type of emotional stress overdrives the adrenal glands, and eventually it's going to catch up to you. So to give you an example, let's say person A has a phobia of spiders. Person B actually loves spiders. They go out to dinner, a spider crawls up on the table, person A all of a sudden starts panicking, she's sweating profusely, her heart is beating really fast, and she just wants to bolt out of there. Whereas person B actually picks up the spider, starts petting the spider, and it's just the same stress but a totally different response. So our protocols are there so that even though it's the same stress, because we can't take away the stress, you have a completely different response so that you're not panicking, you're not overdriving the adrenal glands, and now your adrenal glands can rest, replenish, and do their job. Another thing that can overwork the adrenal glands is inflammation, chronic inflammation. Now, I know that I said allergies can be a symptom, but it can also be a cause. Now, if you have chronic allergies are actually an inflammatory response. And if you have chronic allergies, that's overworking the adrenal glands all day, and eventually the adrenal glands can tire out. So at our office, we have protocols that clear allergies, and those could be life-changing for a lot of people. So at our office, we do kinesiology testing for the adrenal glands. We also do functional tests for the adrenal glands. We also do blood work, so we can look at different factors that could be affecting your adrenal glands, or see if there's something else that's causing your fatigue. We also do a saliva test that tests the cortisol levels to see where they are. And from that, we come up with a protocol to get you back on the road to health. So if you would like a consultation and evaluation, just give us a call. The number's on our screen, and we would love to get you back on your journey to health.